In fourth dhyana's equal state, three pure realms self-manifest. As ordered blossoms bloom, all things come to rest. Realms, time, gods and mortals, void as dreams that fade. In Naga's steadfast samadhi, wind calamities evade. Fear not the river of Lethe, though hard it be to cross. Meet every furious gale, and stand against its force. In weary sleep, or drunken rest, in common deed remain. One thought arising brings all fourth dhyana peace again.
At that time, the deities of 33 heavens rediscovered the boundless, inconceivable potential of life on Saha Earth. Thus, Saha Earth became the arena of contention between the righteous and evil forces of Paranumita Vashavat in heaven. Yet this was merely an illusion. Amidst eternal time, all transformations are in essence Maya of individual lives of 33 heavens and Saha Earth, arising from their own habitual tendencies and thought choices. For eternity prevails, great love prevails, ultimate sincerity prevails, ultimate beauty prevails, virtue of life prevails, wisdom prevails. Therefore, no matter how many conspiracies or tribulations there may be in heaven, on earth, or among humanity, to a true cultivator they are but trivial scenes, occasions for one to step into the play, shedding the notions of self, others, sentient beings, and lifespan.
In the palace of Parinirmita Vashavatan heaven, almighty spirits, devils, ghosts and monsters, along with all individual lives in the agent system, from the various celestial realms down to the human world of Saha Earth, were unconsciously making preparations. In 1626 AD, after the Great Tianqi explosion during China's Ming dynasty, in an instant, hosts of spirits, devils, ghosts and monsters, their proxies in the human world of Saha Earth, and the evil ghosts from Hell, surged upward through the energy gate at the Earth's core to the surface. This entire process was known to all 18 celestial realms above Parinirmita Vashavat in heaven. The agents of Parinirmita Vashavat in heaven on the surface began to induce humanity to seek pleasure in their collective indulgence and distraction. At that time, among the four great civilization systems, eternal civilization, absolute civilization, relative civilization, and derivative civilization, spread across the vast galaxies, the Hall of Eternal Civilization in Sudarshana heaven presided over the two lineages of the eternal and absolute civilization systems. Thus, Cangjie and the four boys could also watch from afar as the beings of Parinirmita Vashavat in heaven and the celestial realms debated over the rise and fall of Earth. Some advocating for sending calamities, others deliberating on staying or departing, and beheld the relentless stream of mortal transformations, sentient beings abandoning virtue, indulging in collective dissipation, and wallowing in fleeting pleasures. Inside the Hall of Eternal Civilization, precious light wreathed in ethereal mists, bells and chimes softly chimed. Cangjie sat upright on the Sumeru Dharma platform. The four boys sat in the four directions, silently absorbed in inner contemplation. Suddenly, Boy in Red fidgeted in his seat, restless in mind, unable to settle.
Behold, that after all is life. the possibility of all possibilities, the absolute projection entity in cosmic space-time. Every life is a reflection of 33 heavens.
This is a noted figure in Saha world. Alas, the future has long since come to pass.
Within Changjie's heart welled up.
After Pangu cleaved heaven and earth, the cosmos was founded on rectitude. The numinous Chi wondrously manifested the various life forms of 33 heavens, each inherently endowed with the gifts of creation, profound and mysterious. Thus, whenever the heavenly secret is set in motion, all who partake in it are beings with distinct names and destiny. May all of you act wisely and take care.
At this moment, Boy and Cyan knelt with hands clasped and asked,
Why can a living being not perceive the absolute freedom of its own mind?
Absolute freedom is inherent in every living being, yet no one can see it within themselves.
The four boys, startled and puzzled, raised their heads, looked at Changjie in unison, and asked in astonishment,
Why can't lives intuitive their own absolute freedom?
It's because the individual living being lacks absolute ultimate sincerity toward eternal knowledge. Within the cosmic galactic civilizations, the eternity of knowledge is a system transcending individual lives. It is supremely beautiful and ancient, supremely noble and eternal, surpassing all imagination and innovation, transcending all time and space, and having existed since time immemorial. Yet only a rare few heavenly sages descend to earth, and through countless tribulations they can fathom but a fraction of it.
Within cosmic galactic civilizations, the essence of knowledge is categorized into four great civilization systems: eternal, absolute, relative, and derivative. Before the humans on Saha Earth were civilized, how did the heavens confine them to relative civilization, maintaining an absolute balance of thought that prevented them from reaching absolute civilization?
The celestial realms would disperse the collective energy of life groups' thought, reducing them to something like fleas in a transparent bottle and establishing a flea effect, heavenly containment scenario.
Then Changjie lifted his hand slightly, and a scene was conjured in his palm. A flea was placed in a transparent liu-li bottle, left to leap freely. Nimbly, it bounded right out. Then, once the bottle was covered with a lid, it leaped as vigorously as before, yet every jump struck the lid. After several attempts, the insect somehow gained a kind of wisdom. Taking the lid's height as its limit, it restrained its leaps. Later, even with the lid removed, the flea could no longer leap out. This is the heavenly containment scenario of the flea effect. Ripples stirring in Boy in Red's heart, he asked dazedly,
Life itself is supremely noble. Why would the heavens set up such a scheme?
Since Pangu cleaved heaven and earth has stood upon the rectitude of his spinal column. In the first 1.296 billion years, by virtue of numinous Chi, his spinal column manifested the ethereal 33 heavens. Only afterward did energy-based life forms take up residence there, forming the various realms and differentiated systems of 33 heavens. Eventually, they developed the numinous realms extending up to the fourth dhyana heaven, penetrating heaven and earth. During the subsequent 1.296 billion years, existent matter emerged and sank to form Saha world's four continents: Purva-Videha, Aparagodania, Uttarakuru, and Jambudvip, as well as the Dragon Clan, Azura Realm, Preta Realm, Hell, and so on. However, the cosmos is profound. Living beings revolve endlessly within their own memories and attachments. While the cycle of rebirth of lies in the existent material world becomes the balancing, emergent energy for 33 heavens, nourishing the equilibrium between the heavens and ultimate rectitude of Dharmadhatu. Meanwhile, the various devas below Paranimita Vashavat in heaven, amid the rebalancing of the ultimate purity and the freedom of the emergent energy, would develop their own internal habitual tendencies. Enslaved by these tendencies, they degenerate, thus giving rise to the spirits, demons, ghosts, monsters, and all sorts of evil creatures below Paranimita Vashavat in heaven. Thus, when nature, embodying the cosmos's ultimate goodness and ultimate rectitude, collides with the spatio-temporal cycles of the celestial realms. Celestial calamities are spontaneously sent down, presenting a heavenly annihilation scenario. Yet even amid each disasters, many heavenly deities and demons remain unaware they themselves are named participants in this scenario.
Boy in cyan cast a faint glance at Boy in red. At this moment, Boy in cyan knelt with hands clasped and asked,
During this era, when did Saha Earth begin to break through the constraints of relative civilization and the flea effect, heavenly containment scenario?
As the ability to think possessed by any life form belongs to fundamental energy. In every cosmos built upon ultimate rectitude, countless sages in the void renounce their personal attachments and immerse themselves in the scenario. By doing so, these sages gain the opportunity to fathom the flea effect, heavenly containment scenario set up by the heavens, and discover the shortcut out of it.
The four boys exclaimed in amazement.
Then who, 1,000 years ago, established the flea effect heavenly containment scenario upon Earth?
Long before the time of Zhuanshu, the numinous Qi of 33 heavens formed the passages connecting heaven and earth, giving rise to the heavens' flea effect, heavenly containment scenario. Amid this interconnection in the scenario, Earth had a connecting channel zone, one of pure energy, abundance, gentleness, non-contention, and order. That is to say, 33 heavens utilized an energy-based heaven-earth channel. Allowing all lives on earth to receive the pure energy blessings from this connection simply through daily prayers. They lived in bliss, free from suffering, yet lacked the ability to think absolutely freely. These lives were pure and clear, and their inner numinous Qi aligned with the order of 33 heavens, which was established upon the numinous Qi of ultimate rectitude of Dharmadhatu. Therefore, in the samsara of birth and death, these individual lives could provide high-quality, naturally emergent energy, like elixirs, Dan, which essentially served as the sustenance for 33 heavens.
Once a person passes away, the energy of their benevolent memories is released from their spiritual consciousness. Piercing clouds and vaults, it soars, passing directly through layers of heavenly realms, then unfolding gently to uphold the heaven's celestial palaces.
Therefore, the celestial realm's flea effect, heavenly containment scenario, arises and perishes naturally within the cosmos. None set it deliberately. It is born of the choices of living beings themselves.
Then, before the year 2025, who led Saha Earth to break free from the long-established heavenly containment scenario?
At the dawn of the 33 heavens establishment, the deities were pure, upright, elegant, and harmonious. They encompassed all numinous Qi within their domain, with ultimate rectitude, ultimate goodness, and ultimate beauty, nourishing all living communities in the system. Every 129,600 years, celestial order upheaves. Deities whose virtue weakened could not maintain their positions, their solemnity and devout uprightness fading. Projected onto Saha Earth, this manifested as the evil gods of the 9Li tribe, bewitching the people, inciting them to indulge without restraint. In the end, Earth fell into heaven-earth imbalance, ravaged by catastrophic floods, wildfires, gales, and downpours.
Since the Earth is not a perfectly spherical rotating body, as it spins in the sky, its magnetic poles wobble, and the great waters keep surging back and forth.
At that time, the benevolent moon goddess transformed her manifestation into the moon, a sphere centered on the essence of absolute lunar energy. She traversed the space-time barrier to the Earth, forming heaven-reaching tree and ladder to heaven, established a new heavenly containment scenario that reconnected heaven and earth, thus balancing the chaos of the wayward spirits on earth and shielding humans and gods of earth from forced rectification. Yet this was just temporary recuperation. The tranquil energy of the moon's lunar essence made the lives on Earth even less innovative and stripped them of the absolute freedom of thinking. They became like walking corpses, easily manipulated by wayward spirits, further exacerbating the bizarre phenomenon on Earth where the gods indulged in the people's corrupt ways, failing to purify their deeds. Then Zhuanxu was born on Earth. Blessed by the cosmos's ultimate rectitude and dharma from 33 heavens' ultimate goodness, he shattered the ladder to heaven with heavenly thunderhammer, thus severing the paths between mortals and heaven. The moon ascended a proper distance of 380,000 kilometers, utilizing only the gravitational pull of its lunar essence to stir the tides of Earth's 4 oceans. Through this balance, Earth was integrated into the ultimate rectitude of the solar system, eliminating the excess energy and deviations of its rotation.
Zhuanxu merely removed the bottle lid of the flea effect, broke the prison of the heavenly containment scenario through which 33 heavens controlled the minds of Earth's lives. So starting from Zhuanxu's severing of the paths between mortals and heaven, the individual lives on Earth broke free from the relative knowledge trap set by the heavens, and gained the ability for free thinking and innovation. Master, is this conjecture of mine sound?
Sound.